everybody. Welcome back to L Boxing. Back again with another one. So we got the new IBF rankings for you guys for the month of June. So we're about to cover that. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to tap in, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, join to the conversation. All right. We're about to do a screen share for you guys. Here we go. All right, so these rankings just came out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what I do, how I get down with these rankings. So we're gonna see what we can find, see if we can see some, some good updates and all that good stuff. All things in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. Mar the Prince in the building. What's good with you? All right, heavyweight division. We know Dubois is the IBF champion. He's going to fight Usyk for undisputed July 19th. So we all looking forward to that. That's going to be a good one. Shazor is actually the mandatory. It's crazy. He won the eliminator for the number 2 spot against Otto Wallen. So normally they have a number 1 guy that's the mandatory, but in this case, it was actually they're supposed to have Herkovic and Sanchez fight for the number 1 spot, but Herkovic about to take another fight. He about to fight David Aladaje. So as it stands right now, Derek Chisora is a mandatory in the IBF. So we'll see what happens with that after the Usyk and the bar fight. Teaching the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys coming through for sure. So let's see who got some coming. So I mentioned Herkovic. He's going to fight August 16th. Look out for him. That fight is interesting with him and Aladaje. I'm not sure. It's very interesting. I think it's might be a little bit too early for Aladaje, but we're gonna see. Michael Hunter is supposed to fight Pulev in August for the WBA regular title. So we'll see what happens with that. Lawrence Okolie is a new entry. So Lawrence Okolie is going to fight on the Usyk the bar card. He's going to face Kevin Laranian. So he comes in number 15. Cruiserweight, you got Jay Abataya. He just defended his title a couple weeks ago. Stopped the guy in the 5th round. I'm looking for Jay Abataya versus the winner between Zerto and Dorticos. That's the one right there, and preferably Zerto. I think Zerto would beat Dorticos June 28th. So I think that should be an easy fight to make, to be honest. Because the WBC, they got some other shit going on where that title probably won't be available to unify because a bunch of mandatories and interim champions and all types of shit. But Obataya versus Zerto, that's one of the best fights to be made in boxing. So hopefully we can get to that. Queensberry is promoting it. Frank Warren. And it's not a Riyadh season card either. The mandatory in the IBF for cruiserweight is Hussein Sankara. He just had a fight a couple of months ago, 1st round knockout. Not sure when his position is due. He said, "Okay, yes, sir." I'm not sure when his position is due, but I think Obataya is good now. He don't have to satisfy that mandatory, so he can go into a unification next. Michael Cieslak is fighting at the end of the month. He's going to fight John Pascal, a WBC interim title. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Mike Perez is a new entry. He come in at number 14. He got a good win over Stephen Ward a couple weeks ago. So that's cruiserweight division. We need that big fight. Zerto and Obataya. Light heavyweight, we got unified champion Dmitry Bivol. He's going to run it back with Arthur Beterbiev. No date yet. I'm expecting December at the most. I know both guys are dealing with some injuries, going back-to-back fights with each other. It takes a lot out of these guys, fighting these top-level guys, and they doing these hard training camps. So I expect that fight to be in December. So we have a mandatory right here. Michael Efer is the mandatory. He's been a mandatory for a long time. Now, yeah, he got to be on it with Dubois. Dubois been on his game as of late. So, yeah, he can't be messing around with Dubois. But Michael Efer is the mandatory. Been the mandatory since March 2025 when he no 2023 since he beat Pascal. He took step aside money to allow the rematch between Beterbiev and Bivol. And I guess he's taking it again because they're gonna run that fight back. If that title becomes vacant, the IBF, then Michael Efer will fight Conor Wallace for it. And Conor Wallace is he's a matchroom fighter. He just signed a matchroom. He fought a couple of weeks ago on the Obatiah card. So performance. You know what I'm saying? Albert Ramirez, number 5. He's a good fighter. I like him. Anthony Yard. You got Katiev. Katiev is going to fight David Morrell July the 12th. Let me see. Lewis Edmondson. Lewis Edmondson is actually going to fight number 15, Daniel Lapin. So Daniel Lapin is a 6'7" southpaw. He's a stablemate of Usyk. So he's going to face Lewis Edmondson on that card, the Usyk the bar card. That's actually a solid fight. Interesting. Super middleweight. So Canelo undisputed, 2-time undisputed champion. Him and Crawford is going to fight September 13th. So those guys about to do their press tour. Friday is going to kick off in Saudi. Then the 22nd, they're going to go to New York. And then the 27th, next Friday, they're going to do Vegas. So they're about to kick that off. And we should be hearing the venue, either Allegiant Stadium or T-Mobile. We know it's in Vegas, so we got that covered. And then the undercard. So, yeah, that's a big event. It's going to be on Netflix, too, so that's solid. So the number 1 position is vacant. Number 2, Vladimir Shishkin and Iglesias are supposed to fight for the final eliminator. Now, those guys are in negotiations right now, and it's kind of a stalemate. Iglesias' team want to have the fight at the end of July, and Shishkin's team want to have the fight at the end of September. So they're going to have to go to a purse bid. We're going to see. That purse bid should be coming up pretty soon. Jaime Munguia. So Jaime Munguia waiting for his B sample. He tested positive for a banned substance. Waiting for the B sample to open and get the results of that. So more than likely, it's gonna be a failed test. Like it's only been like certain circumstances where the B sample comes back clean. You know what I'm saying? If there's something wrong with the B sample, it's been tampered with. You know what I'm saying? Callum Simpson, he just had a good win. He had to get up off the canvas twice, and he came back to score a late stoppage victory over Zuko. That was a pretty solid fight too. Edgar Berlanga is going to fight Hamza Shiraz July 12th. Decent fight. You see Williams score number 11. Bruno Saccharis. Maybe he get another big fight. Pacheco is going to fight Trevor McCombie July 19th on Bam's undercard. Sean Hemphill. So Sean Hemphill went to the UK and beat Mark Jeffers, who was like a top 15 rated guy. So he take that ranking. So that's what's up. That was a big win. A good upset by Sean Hemphill going on the road. Big Supreme, what's good with you? Salute to you, bro. Moving down, 160. So unified middleweight champion Janabek got the IBF and WBO. Now he don't have a mandatory as of yet in either sanctioned body. I was hoping we'll get the Adamas fight. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Adamas has a mandatory that he's supposed to fight. They've been in negotiations forever, so we gonna see. But for the final eliminator, the number 1 spot, you got number 2, Oloha from Italy. He's going to face Amo Williams. And that's going to be on the undercard of Bam Rodriguez. So that's actually a pretty solid card. Bam Rodriguez, Pacheco, and Amo. So, yeah, that's going to be good. So they fight for the number 1 spot. Let me see. That's a good one. Shaquille Thompson got a fight coming up. I seen that. I think that's it. Yo-Yo Hernandez is number 15. Definitely, he probably the best fighter on this list. But I believe he's going down the WBA route for sure. He just beat up on Kyron Davis. So that's what's up. 154, Bakram Mutazaliev is the IBF champion. To my knowledge, he's in the voluntary stage, and it's looking like it's going to be Josh Kelly. So y'all stay tuned. I know Lubin is the mandatory, but y'all got to remember, Bakram, he just fought his mandatory. He won a vacant title, against Koke, and then Tim Tszyu was the mandatory. Y'all remember Tim Tszyu and Lubin was supposed to fight an eliminator. Lubin pulled out. So when Lubin pulled out, the IBF made Tim Tszyu the mandatory, and you see what Bachram did to him. So Bachram can get a voluntary, and it's more than likely he's gonna do that next, and then they'll order Lubin. So we'll see. Wait for the official announcement. Conor Ben's gonna fight Chris Eubank probably the end of September. Callum Wash is fighting this weekend. Another up and coming young 154 guy. He's gonna be a star though. You know what I'm saying? They're building him right. He got the backing of Dana White. So look out for him. He might be on that undercard of Canelo and Crawford because that's who promoting the card, Dana White. And Dana White rocking with Callum Wash. So if he get another first round knockout like he did in March, maybe he get on that big card. Because he's gonna be a star type shit. He be on some Conor McGregor shit. Got the Irish fans behind him. So yeah. Jesus Ramos, Keith Thurman, those guys waiting for dates. I like Lima. Lima's a good fighter. He just went on the road and got a good victory. Adriel Holmes just lost. Nikita Tszyu. I heard Nikita Tszyu is going to fight Michael Zarafa later in the year. Hopefully Conwell can come back on that Kenneth Sims card. Kenneth Sims and Duarte in Chicago, August 2nd. Kevin Ajarko is a new entry, number 14, and Freddie Rojas. Those are new entries. So that's what's up. Moving down, 154. 147, excuse me. 147. So we know Boots, he's still a champion. He haven't vacated his titles yet. So as it stands, he's still IBF and WBA champion. We'll see whenever he's going to vacate. You know what I'm saying? And we heard that we didn't hear him say it, but we heard Eddie Hearn say that Boots is going to 54, and his dad kind of confirmed it. So we'll see. I think that's probably the best move for him anyway. So when the title become vacant, it would probably be contested by number 1 and number 3, Lewis Crocker versus Patty Donovan. So they fought the first time for a title eliminator. Donovan, he was beating up Crocker in that fight, dropped him, had him hurt. Then he hit him after the bell, and they ruled the fight for Crocker by DQ. So the IBF ordered that fight. You know what I'm saying? They ordered that fight anyway. So now that Boots is moving up and the title will be vacant, or at least an interim title, those guys will probably fight for the vacant title. You know what I'm saying? Crocker versus Donovan. So we'll see. So it's kind of like a good move because they are matchroom fighters. And with one matchroom fighter moving up to 54 Boots, you give the other guys opportunities to fight for a title because they weren't gonna beat Boots, and they probably won't even get an opportunity to fight Boots because Boots was just trying to unify. So we all know what the answer is now. What's gonna happen? Let me see who got something coming up in these rankings. Courier at number 9, so he's fighting June 28th on that J. Paul card. Christoph Guerrero. I think Christopher Guerrero. He's fighting on Billy's card June 27th. Harlem Eubank is fighting Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall moving up from 40 to 47. They fighting July 5th. So, yeah, that's what's up. 140. Hitchens is the IBF champion. He retained this title. Now, the fight he had with George Kambosos was actually a mandatory. I know that was probably missed on the radar, but it was the reason why is Matisse. He's about to fight for another sanctioned body, so they still got him number 1, but they're gonna remove him for sure. Once he steps foot in the ring with Playo, they're gonna remove him from that number 1 spot. So they got it so Hitchens can satisfy his mandatory, which was due. So Kambosos was number 3, so they did some behind the scenes shit to make it a mandatory politics. So that's what it is. So Hitchens beat up on Kambosos. Kambosos, I don't know what he gonna do with his career. I don't know because when he gets to the top level, he can't get past the top level. He might can be I think he's too prideful to be a journeyman. So whether he just go fight in Australia and be on their shows and fight on shows out there, but he ain't gonna never be at the top level because he can't be none of those guys, those top guys at 140. So we'll see. Maybe they can build up a big fight in Australia with him and Liam Paro. I don't know. Liam Paro is going to fight Jonathan Navarro. That's June 25th, so it's coming up. So he's coming off a loss, losing his title to Hitchens, and but he's going to come back next week. Lindolfo Delgado, we probably won't hear much from him until Top Rank get their new deal. All these Top Rank fighters is not on the schedule for this month and July 26th. We probably won't hear from them until the fall. Dalton Smith is a WC mandatory, so he waiting for the winner between Matisse and Playo. He's gonna get the winner. Kenneth Sims versus Duarte. That's August 2nd. That's a good fight. I love that fight. And let me see. That's it. John Manu is he's a new entry at 15 in the IBF. So yeah. Moving down. 135. So they updated this. So Lomachenko is no longer the IBF champion. He vacated. He retired, so he vacated the title. Ray Mortala, the interim champion, got elevated. So Ray Mortala, new champion. He got a mandatory. Andy Cruz just beat up on Mashiro. Easy money. So I'm not sure if that's going to be called next. I'm pretty sure Mortala going to take a mandatory. I mean, a voluntary. Excuse me, a voluntary. Maybe they take him home, or maybe they have him on the undercard just to see what That's what they normally do when you win a world title: take you home, or whatever. But Mortala and Cruz is a good fight to me. That's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? It can go either way. So we'll see if the IBF order it right away, or they allow Mortala to do voluntary. So we're gonna see. Mark Masayo, he's actually campaigning at 130. They got him right here, number 4. He's gonna fight on Pacquiao's undercard. I think it's July 19th. I see his opponent, but I forgot his name. It's a Mexican fighter. Let me see, Sam Noakes. So Sam Noakes is gonna fight Abdullah Mason for the vacant WBO title. Those guys are negotiations. I think that fight happens. Like, I don't think there's gonna be no controversy with the negotiations. That fight makes sense for the Crawford and Canelo card because Turkey and Queensberry are tight. You know what I'm saying? Abdullah Mason is a Ring Magazine ambassador. Plus, Top Rank ain't gonna have no dates until after September. So, I mean, they put Shushu on that big Netflix card. Why not Abdullah Mason? When Shushu was on the Jake Paul Tyson card, why not put Mason on there? So that's what I'm expecting. But we'll see. Maybe Frank Warren want to bring that to the UK because both guys is not really big stars right now. Even though Abdullah Mason is growing, he's growing. But as of now, we don't know how he gonna do at home or how can he sell out on his own. And Sam Noakes ain't been that guy either. So maybe an undercard. We'll see. Schofield versus Tevin Farmer. That's coming up July 28th. That's a good fight. I think Tevin Farmer would test Schofield, who been out the ring since November, and then that shit he got going on with with Shakur was crazy. We got Yair Herrera up in there. So yeah, we'll see. And that Mortala fights one of these guys, have a voluntary defense, it'll probably be one of these guys in the top 15. Or it could be somebody at 130 moving up too. They just got to do the exception type shit. And just a segue, I see Andres Cortez came in number 11. That's a top rank guy. He been fighting at 130, struggling to make the weight. He been promised a world title. He ain't gonna get it next because Navarrete has to fight Charlie Suarez. They ordered that fight. He either fight Suarez or get stripped. Oshaki Foster about to fight Fulton. Who he gonna fight? And they've been promising a world title. Maybe they give him Ray Mortala at 35. I'm just throwing out there. I ain't saying nothing official. I just looking between the lines and shit. So we got a new IBF champion at 130. Eduardo Nunez, Sugar Nunez. Went over to Japan, put on a good performance, went the distance. That guy was tough as hell. You know what I'm saying? He beat up on him. So, yeah, I caught that Sugar Nunez face off at the fights the past weekend. And that's unlikely to be next, but I'm excited. Yeah, that's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Ray Ford, he's going to fight Kakashi coming up August 16th. So that's a good fight. That's probably one of the best fights in the division. That's a good one. That's a good consolation. Liam Wilson is fighting next week on the Liam Paro card. With June 25th. Let me see. Rikishi dropped. Cortez, a new entry. Danny Quarterman, he's fighting. I forgot who he's fighting. Damn. No, he's fighting. No, I forgot who he's fighting. Ryan Gardner is fighting Reese Bellotti, though. That's coming up in July, I believe. That's a good one. Mauricio Lara, he tested positive for a banned substance, but he's supposed to have like a 2-year ban in the UK. I don't know if that shit is for world for the whole world or something. Every country worldwide. But Nunez and Lara would be a crazy ass fight. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good one. I pick Nunez though. 126. So Angelo Leo, he went to Japan and defended his title. There you go. Worse than Borney Smith. Okay, yeah, appreciate that. I knew it was coming. Yes, sir. They on the same card, I believe. Appreciate that, bro. Salute to you. Leo went to excuse me. Leo went to Japan and defended his IBF title against Kameda. That was a good fight though. Tough fight. You know what I'm saying? So he's free of mandatory obligations right now. It makes sense for Leo versus Espinoza unification. I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but that shit makes sense. Like that's another fight that I wouldn't mind they put on the undercard of Canelo and Crawford because Top Rank don't got no date, so that shit makes it more realistic to do that. I mean, but that's a good fight. Not sure if Leo is going to give Alberto Lopez another opportunity because Lopez gave him an opportunity. He knocked him out. So maybe he returned the favor. Maybe he fights somebody else. I don't know. I like that unification, though, with Leo and Espinoza. Miss Joette in the building. What's good with you? Salute. You have Omar Trinidad. He's number 2. Now, he won a eliminator for the number 2 spot. So Leo would probably get a voluntary. And when if they don't order like a final eliminator for the number 1 spot, Trinidad would be the mandatory. Just like how Shazora is. Shazora is the mandatory heavyweight. So, and he's number 2. So Top Rank, they have a good stable at featherweight. I mean, you got Shushu, you got Espinoza, you got Robesi. We haven't seen him in a while. You got Leo. You have Lopez, Luis Alberto Lopez. Rais Alim, he been fighting on Top Rank his last 2 fights. He's number 6. Maybe they can do something with him. Arnold Kagai. They got a lot of guys over there that they can do some good fights. Let me see. Joet Gonzalez versus Brandon Figueroa. That's a good fight. For y'all guys out there betting, that might be one to look at because Figueroa didn't look good in his last fight against Fulton. I know Fulton had a good game plan and he fought well, but looked like Brandon Figueroa couldn't pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? And Fulton was right there to go back and forth with him. Joet is coming off a big win. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's like the bridesmaid. He always get to a world title but can't never win it. So he has an opportunity to be a former world champion and Brandon Figueroa. That's going to be a good fight. Because both guys got a lot to fight for. That's on the Pacquiao Barrios card. That should be good. 122, anyway, undisputed. He's going to face MJ Ahmadaliev on September 14th. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun fight, too. That's the best fight to be made in this division. So, number 1 last month was Sam Goodman. Sam Goodman, they removed him from the number 1 spot, not because he lost. He actually won his last fight. But Sam Goodman is moving up to featherweight to fight Nick Ball August the 16th. So that's why they removed him. He fighting for another sanctioned body in another division. So he's out. Let me see. Marlon Sapalas and Cardenas are in negotiations or talks to fight in October. That's a good fight too. I mean, Cardenas did himself well. That fight he had against Anyway beat Tapales. He basically running through the division. He beat Tapales, Cardenas, all these guys. So he might need a super fight. Opponent LD, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Let me see who got some. So in number 8, Ryo Nishida. So he just lost his IBF title in a unification to Junto Nakatani at 118. He just moved up. So they reclassified him to 122. So it looked like once he come back from his injuries, I think he hurt his shoulder in that fight. He should make a move for the title at 122. I thought both Joet and Kagai on Pro Box now. No, Joet is working with Pro Box. They fought on Pro Box, but Arnold Kagai is a top ranked fighter, and the reason why he fought on Pro Box is because Top Rank don't have no dates like that. They have no spots. If you notice, like even this weekend, that card that's gonna be on ESPN Plus is promoted by Cornflake Lamana, not Top Rank. But they got a bunch of top ranked fighters on the card. Why? Because they running out of dates. Because their network contract is about to end with ESPN Plus. So basically, since this year started, they got some of their fighters fighting on different shows because they got to provide a service for them. You know what I'm saying? He said, smash the like button. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys do that when you come in the building. I appreciate it. Winston Lee, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So that's why a lot of guys on, if you notice, a lot of guys on Top Rank, the up and coming guys, they've been fighting like maybe on local shows or Pro Box or whatever. They got a working relationship. So Pro Box is something like the minor leagues or some shit. If I can't put you on my platform, but I need to keep you active, send him to Pro Box. Get him a good fight. They were doing that to Kelvin Davis. Kelvin Davis. He had about 3 or 4 fights on Pro Box. You know what I'm saying? PBC doing it too. Michael Angeletti, his last 3 fights on Pro Box. So it's good. It's good for them. All right, keep it moving. 118. So Johnson Nakatani is the new IBF champion, unified champion, IBF and WBC. He has the IBF mandatory, Jose Reyes. So I know you see Reyes is number 3. He's now 1 or 2. And like I mentioned, the IBF normally keeps 1 and 2 spot vacant. In order to get those spots, you have to win an eliminator. So what happened with Reyes, the IBF ordered him to fight 2 guys, and they turned it down. So he's a Samson fighter. So Samson asked the IBF for Reyes to be the mandatory. Now Reyes has no profile. He's not a big star. So I'm not even sure if Nakatani will fight him. Maybe he will. Maybe just a quick, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. But he is the mandatory in the IBF. You got Tension up there. Tension is going to get a big fight. Either the end of this year or next year. He's number 1 in the WBC. He just coming off a good victory, too. Let me see. Andrew Kane is fighting the Eliminator, WBC Eliminator. I forgot who he's fighting, though. I seen that shit recently. Michael Angeletti, he's still working with PBC, but he been fighting on Pro Box. So, yeah, that's what's up. Nakatani is the man right now. I don't know if he can unify this division because the other 2 champions are busy. But for sure, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if he can unify before he get a mandatory. But if not, I want to see him versus Bam. I want to see Nakatani versus Anyway. Those are big fights for him. 817, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. I appreciate you coming through. 115, we got Garcia as the new champion. I ain't gonna lie, he might be the weakest world champion, bro. I don't know. He's probably like a C minus type of guy. If you go watch him fight, I won't lie to y'all. Um, so he won the vacant title. I mean, if Bam can come out his fight clean July 19th, he can beat that guy probably like a month later. Real talk. But the best fight for this division is Bam versus Fernando Martinez. That's the one right there. That's a good fight. So right now, Garcia don't have a mandatory, but Argie Cortez and Andrew Maloney, they're gonna fight for the vacant for the final eliminator. I think that's like July 20th or July 19th, something like that. And the winner of that fight, Cortez and Maloney, they beating Garcia. I'm putting that up. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind saying that. I don't know what's gonna happen with Joet. Oh, okay, you guys saw you. Salute. Appreciate you. Martinez got some go, but Bam will murk him. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one though. Martinez is a little awkward little dude, but Bam, yeah, I think Bam won't get busy on him for sure. Bam won't get busy on him. All right, 112. So Yabuki, he one of my favorite fighters, bro. Masamichi Yabuki, he be getting busy, yo. He's a two division world champion. He just won the IBF champion at 112 against my man Ayala. He stopped him. He dropped him like 4 or 5 times. He got a big win over Kenshiro. He beat the other kid for the title. Like I like Yabuki. Yabuki be bringing that shit. He can box and he be thumping. You know what I'm saying? He's a hardcore boxing fan favorite. If you guys go watch his highlights, Yabuki be getting busy. He get to it. You know what I'm saying? He'll be playing. He'll be fucking around. He has a mandatory coming up. Phyllis Alvarado, probably late in the year. Alvarado is a former world champion. He's been getting a lot of opportunities to get his belt back. That's gonna be a fun fight because Alvarado don't take steps back, and Yabuki he can box and he can walk into some shit. So that's gonna be good. Let me see who got some. Yankee Rivera, number 14. So he just signed with MVP Jake Paul, Puerto Rican. He's like number one in the WBA. He got a high ranking in the WBA. And he should be fighting for an eliminator or something. So that's what's up. 108. So we have a vacant title fight. It's going to be on the undercard of Brian Norman and Jen Sasaki. Number one versus number two. Araneta versus Simstry. So this is going to be one of the prelim or the undercard fights. I know the Brian Norman fight starts. I think the card starts at like 4:30 on the East Coast. So this is gonna be the co-main, one versus two, for the vacant IBF. This IBF title was vacant by Yabuki because he moved up. And when he won, he had both titles. He had to decide which one he wanted to keep. So he decided to stay at 112. So yeah, that's what's up. So we got two world title fights on that Brian Norman card for sure. Zapata and Badilio. So they number 14 and 15 here, but they're gonna fight for WBC Eliminator on Pro Box July 12th. So that's funny how these rankings they're not all the same, and they kind of should be across the board, but it depends on your affiliation with that sanction body. Sometimes you may be tapped in with the WBC more than you are with the IBF, so that's why you'll see guys number two in the IBF, and then they in the WBC they're number 14 or they number, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. So it should be kind of, I think they should have the same names in each sanction body in the rankings, but you can tweak it. Like, let's say you got Abdullah Mason number two in the WBO, but you got Abdullah Mason number five in the IBF. You know what I'm saying? Or in the WBA. Abdullah Mason not even ranked in the WBA. He's number four. He's number four in the WBC, and I think he's like seven here. I just seen him. So it's not all the same. It's about your relationships and when your promoter is actually putting you in position, fight for those regional titles. When y'all see those guys holding up those popcorn belts, those shits mean something. It could confuse some people, but they got those belts to put them in position. You know what I'm saying? And it get those guys rankings and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what it is. And then the last one, 105. Blunt Sports, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. I said good. The 112 interim bout, WBC this weekend. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. That's a good fight. Yeah, that's a good fight, bro. Appreciate you. Old school in the building. What's good with you? Salute. Yeah, that's a good fight. Galal Ufire versus Francisco Rodriguez. That's a good one. So the IBF champion right here is Pedro Todoran. He's a Filipino fighter, two-time world champion. Went to Japan and beat Jinjiro twice, Jinjiro Shikiyoko, and he hurt him in the second fight. So, and I haven't heard much from him, but they said that kid was in a coma. Hopefully, he's doing better. I haven't heard much. I got to tap in with that. But that fighter, he's strong. They're talking about him facing Asa Calazo, who is the unified champion in 105. So we'll see. Yes, sir. So yeah, man, that's what it is. IBF rankings, yo. IBF, let me see what they known for. They stay on their rules. So if you're the mandatory, you're gonna get your spot. And the IBF, they got that same. You can do the same thing like they do in the WBO. If you're the champion at the lower division, you can move up into the higher division and fight the champion right away. You just gotta drop the exception and let them know what you're trying to do. Like Boots, if Boots wanted to go fight Bachram, he can get that opportunity. But I don't know if he want to do that rehydration clause. And then, oh yeah, rehydration clause. They known for that. The second day, right? So from 105 to 140 is a 10-pound weight class. From so starting at 147 it's like 11. 54 is like 11. I think 60 is 12. It's still a second day weigh in. You know what I'm saying? So it's only 10 up until 140. Also, too, the IBF is known to not having the best mandatories. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at that elimination we just seen last weekend. Andy Cruz versus Mashiro. I don't think Mashiro moved his head one time in that fight, other than when Cruz was punching on him. You feel what I'm saying? How he get that position? Um, he's with Mr. Honda, so Mr. Honda got clout, so Mr. Honda got him that position, but we see what happened. That kid can get hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So there's a lot of politics with this shit, man. It's about who you know. It's just like in life. You know what I'm saying? Some people might say, yo, LW, you should have like 10,000 subscribers. You should be going crazy. But I ain't really out for that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like that all across the board. It's like who you really associate with or how you doing your thing. A lot of these guys in these sanctioned bodies, like Albert Bell. Albert Bell is one of the best fighters without a title, but we don't really know if he can beat these guys because he'll never get the opportunity just because of politics. A 6'1" guy fighting at 130. Nobody trying to get him the opportunity. Even when he was on top rank, the guys didn't want to fight him, so they had to let him go. That's crazy. So yeah, the sanction bodies they just tapped in and got relationships. It's like all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, man, I want to salute everybody coming through the building for sure. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out the door. If you listen to the playback, man, drop a comment. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. That's my time.